What is going down, Vape fam? This is Joe of All Vapes coming at you once again with another awesome review. I've got some Canadian stuff once again from my folks over at I Bliss Vapor. Pretty tasty, interesting flavors actually. Vape Cola is what we're talking about today. Lots of different soda and cola flavors out on the market. This is yet just another version of something just a little bit different. A little bit of a Canadian class going on right here. Now, so far, most of the stuff from I Bliss Vapor is really, really good. I've been super impressed by it. I'm gonna, just kind of break this stuff down with you bit by bit. First of all, I just want to hope everybody out there is having an awesome early fall here in the Pacific Northwest. It's just been raining for the past couple, 2-3 days here. So I'm kind of getting used to it actually. You're getting out of the summertime, and I don't know, I like it a lot better when it's kind of cloudy and rainy and dingy out. It's just, maybe it's because the season's coming up, 'tis the season and all that kind of happy stuff. Got my little baby pumpkins going on. I had my kid put up a bunch of little decorations going on, the window clings. You know how I do it. I'm a family guy, what can I say? But enough rambling. Let's get on with it, okay? So Vape Cola, like I said, from I Bliss Vapor out in Canada, Ontario, I believe. 4 tasty flavors, interesting stuff. I haven't tried too much on the vape soda end of all the other, just the massive influx of stuff that's out on the market these days. But I'm going to be totally honest. You guys know that's the way I rock it. I wasn't quite sure what to think about this stuff. It's tasty and it's interesting. It's different, but it probably wouldn't be on the very top of my list. You know what I mean? Not every company is going to come out with just 50 bajillion types of flavors that everybody digs. This stuff was really interesting. Definitely kept my taste buds guessing, but we're gonna give it a shot. So first of all, I'm gonna start out with my favorite out of the 4, which is the Cherry Cola by Vape Cola. Now, all of these, okay, 60-40, so not quite high VG, but about as high as it's going to get and still have a lot of flavor. So the 40 is going to be the PG. That's the big flavor carrier right there. There was a lot of flavor to it. Now, I'm going to be totally honest, like I said, most of these flavors tasted more just kind of like flat soda. And maybe drinking flat soda is not exactly going to be on the top of our, list of, hey man, I can't wait to have a really nice, cold, refreshing glass of flat soda. But flavor is pretty much what we're talking about right here. Now, I can't imagine what you would put into a soda flavored vape to make it taste effervescent. But the taste, they definitely got on par here. Okay, so on the inhale, you're getting that just basic cola flavor with a little bit of cherry going on right there. So a lot of people don't really like cherry. Cherry, from what I've seen, cherry candies, cherry cola, this and that. It's kind of 50-50. Either like it or you don't. I dig cherry stuff. Cherry cola has never been one of my favorites to drink. However, between the 4, this one actually wasn't too bad. The cherry was not too artificial tasting. The cola was pretty much just straight cola. I mean, cherry, cola gummies, cola hard candy, maybe those little root beer barrels like we had when we were kids. Similar to that in terms of flavor consistency. So overall, what I'm going to do is judge all of these on my rating scale here. For the sweet, I'm probably going to top everything out on a 5. Most of the stuff was really, really sweet. Throat hit is an absolute 0 on this. No throat hit at all, at least to my opinion. As far as cloud production is concerned, pretty decent on the cloud production, so I'm going to give it a 4. Consistency, I'm going to give it a 4. And basic reason is it's not that the layers weren't there. It's just that I think the quality of the flavors could have been just a little bit higher up there. I mean, yeah, I Bliss is my sponsor, and they're great people. They really are easy to work with, super, super friendly. Most of their stuff I really, really dig. I absolutely love the original cannoli line that they got going on there. Some of the other stuff that I've tried, really good stuff. The waffle, that one's a really good one. But this stuff, it's tasty. It's different. It's something different. I like different every now and then, but like I said, it's not on the top of my list. So like I said, on the inhale, you definitely get a solid cola flavor, a little bit of cherry on the exhale. The cola kind of dissipates. You get a little bit more of the cherry. It's a pretty light flavor as it is, but definitely cola. So if that's what you dig, you're probably going to dig it too. So the next one is lime cola. Um, Pretty much what it says, you know. I mean, I tasted it, I vaped it, I dripped it, I sub-ohmed it. You give it a smell, it smells almost reminiscent of, it would, to be perfectly honest with you, it sort of tastes a lot like you're taking a shot of tequila and sucking on a lemon or a lime wedge. It's kind of a unique flavor, actually. It's a little bit more along the lines of an e-liquor, which I've never been massively crazy about personally. When you take liquor flavors and you try and impose them into a vape consistency, sometimes things get a little wacky. I mean, a lot of people love that stuff. Obviously, it sells. But it was an interesting flavor. It really was. Like I said, it tasted a little bit more like kind of a flat flavor to it, but I've never tried lime in my cola. I've tried lemon in my cola before, and even that's a little bit, yeah, it's an interesting combination. But you know, hey, a lot of people dig this, obviously, or they wouldn't make it. On the inhale, cola, lime. On the exhale, pretty much the same thing. So a binary vape. You know, it was real interesting. I'm not used to drinking cola with lime or lemon in it. I've tasted it before, like I said. Not my favorite, but it was very, very interesting. The quality and consistency were decent enough to pass. So, you know, like I said, I gave you guys my rating system on that one already. The next one is Vanilla Coke. Okay, this one was a little bit more pleasing to the palate. The reason I give it a smell on camera a lot of the time is, you know, I've already vaped it, I've already tasted it, but, you know, the olfactory sense kind of brings everything back so I can give a little bit of a better description. Now, the vanilla on this one, very, very light. I think they definitely could have upped it a little bit more, but the main focus that obviously Ibliss wanted to come across was cola. So number one taste you're going to hit immediately on the inhale is the cola. The vanilla kind of comes in the back end. Once you exhale it, it's that cola stays with you. The vanilla basically kind of dissipates into nothing. So the vanilla was very, very light on this one. Enough just to switch it up, barely enough to keep it interesting and to keep it tasty. So aside from the cherry, this was probably my favorite just because I'm a vanilla fan. You guys know me, I like my desserts, but got to switch it up every now and then. And then, of course, just plain old good old-fashioned original cola. This is about as OG as you can possibly get here, folks. If you like straight up cola, you're definitely going to dig this stuff. I would like to probably take this and mix it with some other things, maybe some creamy flavors to get a really solid creamy cola flavor between the two. Little bit too intense in flavor for me. I don't want to drink just straight up cola, and like I said, the flavor is more reminiscent of what a flat cola kind of tastes like, you know, with you've been leaving it out, you know, for a day or so, you know, without the lid on, and all the effervescence just goes away. Not that I'm saying that's bad, but it reminds me constantly of that. But the flavor was pretty much on par with a cola taste. And once again, the only thing that could have made this taste better is if there was an effervescent just air about it. And I don't know how you're going to do that in a vape. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. But one way or the other, it definitely did taste like cola. I mean, the thing was pretty true to profile. So I'd up it as far as the profile was concerned, which I don't think I got into. I'd say profile across the board for all four of these is probably in between a 4 to a 5. And that's interesting because the consistency definitely, you know, only hit up a 4, mainly just because I think they could have done a little bit better with just I don't know, just maybe with steeping or with different flavors or something like that, different extracts. A lot of companies get their extracts straight from one company. Some companies try them from 3 to 4 different companies, depending on what the flavor is. But I don't know. To me, all the flavors were very novelty. Let's put it that way. Definitely not bad. Of course, when you've got a brand called Vape Cola and it comes in a little 6-pack like this, I mean, that screams novelty, obviously. But a lot of the time, I don't mind if it's novelty looking. I just don't want it to be novelty tasting. You know what I mean? So Overall, the flavor was definitely there. The consistency a little bit lower than I would have liked, but the profile between a 4 and a 5, because everything that was on the description was definitely in there. So I can't slouch it on that one. So I Bliss Vapor out of Canada has a unique collection going on right here. Different flavors, different consistencies. And I mean, you're talking different countries, different people, different places. They put their influence into these things in different ways. So there's a lot of people in the world. A lot of people like to vape around the world. So, I'm sure there's more people than me, but they valued my opinion, which I really appreciate. So I respect I Bliss Vapor a lot. Definitely give these guys a shout out. Going to I Bliss Vapor on Instagram. Check them out. They've got a ton of different flavors out. They are a distribution company out of Canada, but they're also responsible for all the flavors on their site. So definitely check these guys out. One more thing from I Bliss Vapor that I definitely want to show you. This is the coolest thing that I have ever seen. It's called Flavor Switch. Okay. Now, this is really unique stuff, and it's kind of simple in its design, but it's created specifically to clean out your coils, whatever coils you have. It's called the Tank and Coil Cleaner. Now, comes with this handy dandy little quick start guide, and I'm going to show it to you. Basically, just kind of give you a little bit of insight into what's going on here. So basically, what this is it's a PG or VG formulation. I'm not quite sure which one it is. It'll definitely be on their website. I haven't done a ton of research into this stuff. I've done a little bit of it, but basically what you do is you drip this stuff into your tank or your dripper, vape it up, and basically what it does is it expels the flavor of the last e-juice that you just tried. It sort of cleans it out, basically. So you don't have to wash it out. Now, what a lot of people don't realize, and I was subject to this when I first started vaping too, you take your old tank out, you take your old coil out, you stick it under hot water, and you're like, please get clean enough for me to get another week out of this, right? Well, what people don't realize is that water actually degrades very quickly your coil, even the non-replaceable ones, and there aren't many of those right now. Most of the ceramic ones, what you can get a few extra weeks out of, something like that. This kind of stuff would be great for ceramic coil tanks, and I haven't tried this on ceramic coils yet. Still got the plastic wrapping. I was actually able to get another bottle of this, so I'm holding on to this one. This one's my second bottle. Now, I have tried it. Believe it or not, the stuff does work. Now, it doesn't clean out the flavor 100%, but by the time whatever your last flavor was gets done mixing with this stuff, and you don't have to use a ton of it, about a milliliter or two will do, even for some of the larger tanks. Just make sure you vape down to pretty much the bare last few drops of whatever flavor you're using. Mix in enough of this to help, basically just thin out the mix. And it has virtually no flavor at all. It's pretty much flavorless VG or PG, and then it'll just kind of clean it all out. You'll still get clouds. You'll still be puffing just very, very light flavor, but it really is a very cool additive onto going into trying another flavor. If you're like me, you've got tons and tons of bottles hanging around. You collect the stuff like it's gold, you know what I mean? And you want to move on to the next flavor. And if you are like me, you're probably going to want to invest in more than one bottle of this. But anyways, this is a really neat and new and innovative idea. Go on to I Bliss Vapor and definitely check out Flavor Switch. They've got some of this on their website too that about wraps it up. So I Bliss Vapor, like I said, Vape Cola, try their Flavor Switch. Interesting stuff. And if you want to know more about either I Bliss Vapor or Flavor Switch, do me a favor, put any of your questions or comment in the comment section below. I'll try and be as accommodating to you guys as much as possible. In the coming months, I've got a lot more going on. I've still got some brand new reviews going on, some new innovative ideas, possibly some business ideas up in the near future. I'm working with a lot of my great sponsors and good friends like Elixir Vape Co., a few other companies including Trabuco Vapors, and a lot of my greatest sponsors and supporters. Some of those are you guys, and I really appreciate it. So if you like what you see, definitely spread the word here. Joe of All Vapes on YouTube. Check me out at Joe of All Vapes on Instagram. Got some awesome discounts, 25% off, 10% off, 15% off. A lot of the great brands that I recommend and sponsor and work with back and forth. Really, really awesome people accommodating to the vape community. So once again, thank you for your support. This is Joe of All Vapes, your eye in the vaping sky out there, wishing you stay humble. Love yourselves, love each other, and you keep it cloudy.